Hey, it's another rainy day in Seattle. Hey, Diamond, blessed one, the wonderful. Welcome. Hey, Tavier, welcome. Okay, let's see. Hope everyone is doing great. Also, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? If you guys feel drawn to a deck, you can pick a deck for like your first spread if you'd like. I just have one reading to do before I start. Pretty good. How are you, Tavier? Okay, so general, I'll do like a past, present, like future spread to see what's coming in the near. To give you an idea, wonderful, for your general. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I just have one reading, and then I'm gonna start with Diamond if you're here. But I had a reading that came in. Let me see. Okay. Diamond, blessed one, wonderful. Here. Okay, I'm glad you're feeling great. Also, hey Day, welcome. Hey Leo Queen. Just adding you guys. Hey Fairy Goddess. Okay. Alrighty, if I don't keep track, I already know I'm gonna get lost in the process. Okay. Thank you, Fairy Goddess. I hope you had a great day also. Okay, so I just have one reading that came in. What is the question here? Okay, so the energy, where are you headed now? All right, Shalondra, let's see. This is going to be your reading for where you're headed now. Okay. Okay, nice. I see where you've tried to like, it feels like you've tried to fix a Ten of Cups situation, like a home, something relevant to a home or family matters. Like you really tried to, it's like you gave it your all to kind of get this in the upright, kind of get this together. It feels. Let me see what's coming on. Where you headed? Oh, nice. Two of Cups is here. In terms of where you're headed, definitely a more meaningful connection, especially where you could have found yourself trying to fight for um, something that could have been failing already. It's like putting out a fire in a situation. Especially with this like Queen of Wands energy, but nice. Let me see. What's this Ten of Cups? Yeah, like a lover's situation. What is this lover with the Ten of Cups? Okay, so King of Cups is coming out. Someone that you could have very well been in love with you, or you definitely had a romantic connection. This is the King of Cups with the lovers and the Ten of Cups. Um, hmm. He could have been rather, it feels like he could have been in love with you, really, but he also kind of could have been difficult to deal with. I'm just looking at this King of Cups in his face, and I don't know if you can see his face, but this King of Cups, he just has this like smug look on his face, like, he could do almost like treated you perhaps like he could do with or without you, but I mean, he had rather strong feelings. Feels like the feeling was mutual too, but you're putting that behind you. Three of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords. What is this blockage in your current energy? Oh, okay. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I don't know if this is touching on this individual, but it kind of feels like it could be where, because, okay, this person did have a rather strong connection to you. If you were questioning that, if you were doubting that, and perhaps you were, because you see this, like these cards in the King of Cups hands. He could have been holding his cards rather close to his chest, not really expressing too much or showing up in the way that maybe you were expecting him to. And you kind of just deemed him like a player. Like you said, okay, this is just what he does. And it feels as if you're trying to move past that. Okay, so what do we do now? Even though it's like, because like I was saying, it's like trying to put out a fire, because this feels like it could have been like a sinking ship, like you two were not seeing eye to eye. It was hard to kind of agree, but the Two of Cups here coming in. Okay, Chandra. See if this is this person or someone new. Page of Swords need to come out. Three of Wands. Okay, what's this Three of Wands? Definitely feels as if this isn't giving like a new person. This is someone that you could already be guarded from. This is the Strength card, the Devil energy, Three of Wands. They're waiting to reconnect with you. Now, however the shoe fits, but fit it. But it doesn't feel like it's this person. Perhaps it could be. But someone is like waiting to reconnect with you. And he said like what's headed towards you. And this is someone you're already guarded from, because of this. The nature of this connection with this person was rather toxic. Now, could be another person, kind of is indicating. I get like I'm seeing threes here, but perhaps not. Just go with how it feels. But yeah, whoever this energy is, they're like anticipating you two reconnecting, I will say. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. It's gonna do the general spread here, but it kind of just feels like they're anticipating it. It could be this person. Like I'm saying, I'm not sure in terms of if it's this person or if it's someone different, and it's not a new person. It's someone who you're already, things are already kind of stagnant with. Whoever that's like touching on. Let me see. Okay. Alrighty. So, Cassandra down. Um. All right. Here we go. Okay, Diamond. I see you're here. Hello. Um. Yes, Bake. Oh, go ahead. Add you here. Welcome. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Yours is gonna be after Blessed One. If Blessed One is here, I'm gonna do. Yes, I did. Okay. So I'm gonna do Diamond. I'm gonna do yours now. And then if Blessed One's here, I'll do Blessed One, and then it'll be your turn. Wonderful. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh no, you're fine. Okay, I see. Got her. I'm trying to catch up on comments. I didn't get to look at any messages yet, other than the last one. Alrighty. Hmm. Whoa. Okay, so this feels like it's touching on like practical matters. You know how sometimes when we're in certain connections and maybe they're not the most healthiest, they could affect our work. They could affect how we apply ourselves at work or how we show up at work. It's kind of what it's feeling like here. They like sometimes connections can affect our finances. Um, yeah, kind of energy coming up here. What is the Page of Swords? Nine of Cups. Okay. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Why is the Tower here? Okay. You're trying to prevent something from falling apart in the current energy. Like you're trying to hold something together. Perhaps it could be your emotions too, just because you're aware, like, okay, I have to hold things together. I have to balance the home and whatever it is that you have been balancing. That's what you're like looking at. Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. What is this? Ooh, nice. The Lovers. What is this? Ooh, yeah. It's like you're almost like showing up for yourself instead of relying on a person that you literally felt like, in some sense, you could rely on. Five of Pentacles on top of this deck, Six of Pentacles here. And it's like you're being more, not necessarily like mind over matter, but you're balancing your logic with your emotions in order to keep stability, like keep something stable. So whatever that applies to, it could literally just be your home or your job. As I see you looking at something in terms of your desires, like what do I want to do? What do I want to do here? And you've made a decision. But Tower in the reverse with this like Four of Wands, it's like something has already in some sense, it's like bound to fall apart. It's like, okay. Like if you look at this like house in the background, it's made out of cards. I don't know if you see that, but it's made out of cards. And it's like, okay. But she's like sipping her tea and she's like, you know what? I'm doing the best I can right now. Emotionally, I'm remaining grounded. That's at least that's the energy that's coming in. Remaining more grounded emotionally, and there's a decision that you're making. It's like this feels like this is the decision that you're making to choose like your stability or stay kind of like in that energy, like just copacetic because of this. Instead of relying on this person and feeling as if okay, I need them, like that codependent energy. So more so you're looking at how can you show up for yourself rather than, because it's almost like, with this Tower in the reverse and this Four of Wands, like, okay, at some point, maybe it won't last, or at some point, maybe this is bound to kind of fall apart, but you're doing the best you can with it. Like I'm going about this the best way I can. And if this is like another individual with this like Two of Pentacles, you can see how someone's not like holding their own. Kind of feels like they're not so much holding their own before. And they could have already been like struggling to manage this. And you're looking at what you want to do about that, like how you're moving in terms of that situation. Feels. But definitely. Feels like you're doing good. Feels like you're really finding balance within yourself, really, which is great. Okay. Mm. Alrighty, so blessed one, if you're here, I can do yours. And wonderful. I could do yours if blessed one isn't here. I can see the energy around you and Nani talking, fairy goddess. And thank you, I appreciate you for that too. Okay, so wonderful, I could do yours. And then Tavir, you'll be after wonderful, and then day. I'm just really like, yeah, I want to use this one. Wonderful, are you still here? If not, if do you want a general Tavir or an energy read? You're wild, Tavir. Um, I think Wonderful may have stepped out. That's okay. Okay, do you have a person in mind, or just is it going to be a general for yourself? Oh, okay, no problem. Alrighty. Okay, so wonderful. And then Tavir, just let me know if you want to do energy read on yourself or someone else whenever. Okay. Alright, wonderful. Hmm. Oh, interesting. This is still here. 3 wands. And from that spread. 5 wands. This is nice. King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. Definitely touching on like practical matters. Let me see. Okay, what is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse with the Page of Pentacles? Why is the 9 of Swords? Okay, why the 3 of Swords? Alright, I see you. So there could have been something exposed to you that you handled, I would say, the right way. This has kind of come out in the recent past. Definitely like cut out a heartbreak or something where someone could have been trying to get over on you, or they're being rather deceptive and you saw through it. hmm And it feels like it's financially in terms of like trying to get over or make you like question something. This could be the Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles, could be like it's like your body, like something in terms of yourself or how you could have been thinking or going about something, but you kind of caught them. Ace of Swords flipping out. It's like you kind of said, okay, stuck it to them. What is this? Five of Wands. Hmm. Ooh, this looks like it could be a past connection or someone from the past. And the dynamic between you and this individual, it's like a constant back and forth. It's like I'm hearing this song, like you go round and round in circles with this person, and there's no like working really together. Like how you two work together, it may not be a little bit. There's just currently there just feels like there's conflict with this individual. There's conflict, but it seems like it's a recurring theme. Like you guys may run into this, and you find yourself kind of like telling them off or telling them like about themselves or how they made you feel or however that is. What is this King of Pentacles now? Okay. Okay, the King of Pentacles here, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like a nice amount of money. But why is that? Okay, on top of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Let me see something. Because it kind of came out in a way that maybe you side-eye it. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here with the King of Pentacles? Interesting. Why is Justice here? This King of Pentacles, or just King of Pentacles energy is seeing something as an injustice, especially if you're like leaving something that could have been established or a long-term connection, or you're like disconnecting. They're seeing that as like an injustice, or they're feeling as if at least it is. In some way, they still want to invest in this situation. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like for some reason coming out in the near future. This is kind of touching on a situation because in the current energy, there's like conflict, whatever that conflict is regarding. Oh, it's the Taurus guy? Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, he feels like um he wants another go around, but you may find yourself kind of mm, talking to a wall. It may feel like when it comes to communicating with him. But if that's that person, that's kind of what's being highlighted here for some reason. Yeah. And also, I would say that he wants to support you in some way. Like you said, I know you mentioned like a lot of um abundance coming in, definitely. And some way he kind of wants to support you in that. He's showing up the King of Pentacles. I'm not going by his sign, Because this Nine of Pentacles kind of came out in the reverse with the Page of Pentacles. So I don't know if there was like a discussion in terms of long term recently, or being single, or how you feel about being single or independent, something like that. But he wants to support you. Something kind of coming in soon. Especially, he could also be viewing it as a missed opportunity too. Like he should have done this a little while ago. But oh, your career. Yeah, I didn't really touch on the career too much. The Eight of Pentacles did come out, but it came out really with the Six of Cups, interestingly enough. But I don't know. And it was paired with this like Five of Wands, whatever this conflict is in the current energy. But yeah. Okay, you're in communication with the Taurus. Did you have words with the Scorpio? It's someone that you literally just had words with. Like you could have caught them in a lie, or you could have just like called them out for something. Person you just called out for something in the recent past. That's what came out in the recent past energy. Okay, the Taurus. Yeah, it's that energy. He wants to support you in the near future in some way. He still wants to invest. But I will say with that Ten of Pentacles kind of coming out like the way it did, that's why I wanted to clarify it. Because she was like, because this is a girl like sleeping on a couch. Like you're not really interested. It was coming to clarify him. Like he feels like you're not interested in being that close to him, that comfortable. It's like too close for comfort kind of vibes. Like you would rather support yourself than have him support you. That's kind of the impression he's under, at least. But he still, I mean, still desires to do so with the Four Cups in the reverse and the Justice in the reverse. Feels like it's like a missed opportunity. Almost be like an injustice if he didn't. He feels as if. So let's see, Bake. I have, okay, so Tavier, yours is next year. And then, oh, so Blessed One's back. So, okay, no problem, Tavier. So I'll do yours after Blessed One. So it's Blessed One, Tavier, Day, Leo Queen, Fairy Goddess, and then you Bake. There's a few, but if you would like a timestamp, I'm more than open to leaving like timestamps. If you guys would like timestamps, when it slows down, I could do that, and either here on the live or after it's posted. Where's my tea going here? Hey, healing cards. Let me see. No, I didn't. Let me. Oh my gosh, really? That is so wild. She had her hair like yours. Wow. How long have you been wearing your hair like that? Wow. You said tea. That's so funny. Okay. So, Blessed One, thank you. Go ahead and do yours. Wow. Let me, speaking of tea, pour some. Oops. Hold. Let's see here. It's my first time trying this blend, so I'm curious. How's it taste? Okay, best friend. Let's see. Original. Oh, also, if you wanted to do like an energy read, you can also do like an energy read on an individual. Eight of Wands. Five Pentacles. Nice. Six of Wands, the Moon, Four of Cups. Okay. Okay, what is the Eight of Wands for this one? Wow. Eight of Wands again. Ew, okay. Why is the Four of Wands here? Four of Pentacles. Oh, Four of Swords. Why Six of Wands? Okay, interesting. So this looks as if someone could have expressed taking action in the recent past, like expressed taking action towards you, especially after a period of inaction. And it feels as if you're holding on to this energy, but you're holding back at the same time. You're kind of just like thinking about it, not really saying much, and wondering how it's going to play out. Like, okay, now this person wants to come forward, reconnect, or come forward and do something. Maybe at some point you were waiting on this, but now you're finding yourself kind of looking at it like, is this something I really want to do? Kind of energy here. It's something I really want to do. It's like you're protecting your peace in a sense. Yeah, like you're literally in the energy of like protecting your peace. Maybe this person could have been a bit of like, this is the King of Wands, Eight of Wands. So maybe he just was rather passionate. And sometimes the King of Wands could be passionate in the wrong ways. You know, his passion could lead to anger and just a bit of that. So you're like, okay, I'm protecting my peace, even though in some sense you were kind of waiting on them to do something or say something or take this action or speak on taking action. What is this for the Three of Wands and Six of Wands for this one? Nine of Cups, nice. But it looks like you're gonna get your heart's desire. This is the Nine of Cups with the Six of Wands. Like whatever you're wanting to come of this, or yeah, come out of this, it's going to happen. Like you're going about it the right way. Like practicing really, it feels like protecting your peace, but it's going to play out rather desirably, according to your heart's desire. That is. Emperor here. Now this person's like putting on their bootstraps. Is like um I was gonna say is like grown man, you know, putting on a pair. And he's really taking the initiative in this situation. Now I see why you're kind of like, well, holding back, but still holding on to this outcome at the same time, because perhaps he was just a bit, I don't know. And he just expressed himself a little, like I mentioned earlier, in ways that weren't always favorable. But yeah, definitely see there being some form of like a victory in the future. I want to see what this is. I'm really curious. Well, at least the outcome looks promising. Okay. Three of Wands again. King of Wands. Yeah, this could be reuniting with someone or just someone coming in. Something in terms of like travel. Yeah. You may not be really communicating well with this person, or if all temperance. He definitely wants to heal and balance things out with you. Interesting. There's a lot of wands here. It's more so what it's more so what's being meditated on spiritually than expressed. Because in some sense, he's just being patient, learning how temperance to temper his like emotions and how he feels and how he may come off and express himself to you. And you're like in this energy of, okay, I'm holding back, although I'm holding on, I keep saying that, but it's like I'm protecting my peace at the same time because I know anything could kind of come of this person. Um, you know, and so definitely this in the near future is almost like in a high expected, um, it's like a promising outcome, really. Like anticipated, whatever this is that you're kind of waiting on or expecting from this energy will actually happen. Mm, for sure. I was gonna do your reading now, Tavier, and then Day. Mm, alrighty. Okay, interesting. This is touching on someone from the past. Justice, Three of Swords. What is the Queen of Swords with the Hmm. Why the Empress? Aw, nice. Your mind's definitely on someone that you could feel like you have a soulmate connection with, or this is just like a connection from the past. But it feels like it could be a mixture of both. I don't know if this person has a child. or you just knew them from childhood. Why is this Two of Swords in there? Emperor. Interesting. Emperor, Empress. Yeah, do you like share a child with someone that you knew from your childhood? Like it's kind of giving those vibes. You share a child with someone you knew from your childhood, but this is the Emperor. Let me see. You just started talking with this person. It's like highlighting some communication. Okay, highly still attracted to them. Um, for sure. Seven of Cups is here. There's a sense of excitement there. And like underlining this is like family. I don't know if you like share family with them or discuss family with them or you know this person's family, but however, definitely see where you're interested in sparking some form of a little more. If this is like a platonic connection, a little more with them, like you want to see them, you want action. What is this Knight of Wands here? This could have been after a period of not really communicating. As I say that, the Two of Swords is here with the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and also it's like you want to get with this person, and if you have to get rid of like a third party, like you're willing to do that to reunite with this person. Like you're interested. They could also be at a distance from you too. Hmm. Okay. It feels like there's like heartbreak here on the back end. What is this Two of Swords? Okay, it's interesting because the Two of Swords is in the reverse and then it's in the upright here. So I'm just like clarifying why is it appearing in the reverse here and then the upright. So with this action, okay, Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. This gives like a motherly energy or someone that has a very nurturing energy if this person doesn't have a child. But now the Page of Pentacles is here twice. It's like you're looking at taking action on offering someone something. This could be an investment of some sort, long-term investment. And this could have been after a period of there being a disconnect where the communication was a bit off. And she could be picking this up intuitively as well too. This is kind of like what you could be feeling or that you're actually interested, but you could be holding back in some sense. Mm, this is okay. Nope, not too bad. Okay, so no, blessed one. This is Tavier's. Okay, so like family, it's like a family situation. Yeah, it definitely feels like someone with history with you for sure. Definitely. Oh my gosh, it's actually pretty good. I like the aftertaste. Okay, it's not too bad. So I mixed like fennel seed in here with red raspberry leaf and lemon balm and lemongrass. And what else did I add? There's one other thing. I think that may have been it. No, I think there was one other thing. I can't remember. It was earlier, but it's actually really good. It's my first time trying it. Anywho, okay. So day. And day, if you're here, could do yours. And Leo Queen, you're gonna be after day. Thank you. So here. And Fairy Goddess, you're after Leo Queen. And Bake, you'll be after Fairy Goddess. And Healing Hearts, you'll be after Bake. Alright. Okay, so alrighty day, thank you. Let's see. Alright, so let's see, dude. Some ones. Ooh, okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Knight of Wands, Empress. Great. Nice save there. What's the Six of Swords mean sometimes? Oh. Okay. What is that? Okay, I'm getting a scenario of like you could have found out the truth about why someone really wasn't connecting or why someone was their behavior patterns. And you could have made it seem like, okay, that's cool, but really it wasn't cool. You're just trying to keep the peace, so to speak, even though you had smoke for this person. So you're just like, keep the peace. But I know I just caught you slipping, basically. Kind of energy here. But let me see. What is the Six of Swords? Because the Six of Swords kind of came out in the reverse. Queen of Wands. Yeah, what's the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Four of Cups reversed? Two of Pentacles. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? Knight of Pentacles now in the upright. Something feels like it's been ongoing for a while. Definitely in the current energy. Almost like there's been no movement in terms of this situation. And I don't know if this is like an energy where it feels like there's been no movement. Let me see. But it's almost like the same thing every day. Like, all right, here we go again. What's the Queen of Pentacles here? Oh, nice. But you know what? You're going to be looking mighty, like, nice in the near future. The Four of Wands here in the Queen of Pentacles, like, you're maintaining your stability and, like, your home life looks great. Like, things are balancing out with the Justice in the reverse after whatever this is that feels like is just a continuous cycle. Five of Wands on top of the deck. I don't know if this is like a mother figure or another energy, like a feminine energy, or like that going along with that scenario. It's kind of getting earlier, but let me see. What is this for the Six of Cups? Yeah, this feels like if this isn't a sibling, then this feels like you could have kind of agreed to disagree with someone in the recent past, basically. Like you just said, you know what, it's not worth the fight. Like you picked your battle with that person. Like you knew how to pick your battle, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna like pay you with dust almost. Let's see, like I'm not gonna engage in the situation because it's already been rather ongoing. King of Wands. Yeah, I don't know if it has to do with an emotional connection or a family member though, or someone like a sibling. Nine of Cups. Jesus. Okay, like being seen. Nine of Cups with the Magician. Wow. It's kind of like you feel like there's no movement in terms of being recognized for maybe perhaps your achievements or your your worth, your value, like what you've done, what you've accomplished, like it's being overshadowed somehow. I feel like it's been ongoing, like, okay. It's ongoing to the point where it just feels like the usual. Like, oh, here we go again. Kind of vibes coming in. But that's gonna change in the near future. Four of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. You coming out the Four of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Like that's really nice energy. Especially after there's been stagnant, like no growth, where you could have felt like nothing will change. But Queen of Swords. Nice. You find a way of breaking out of this energy, and it feels as if you're like just taking a mind over matter approach and you're focusing more so on like you're minding the business that pays you, you know, really putting emphasis on that. And it does create this harmonious, usually in the Four of Wands, we see more than one person. It's just one person. So it creates this harmonious energy like within yourself, this balance within yourself where you could very well be pouring this into yourself, but it's also showing on the outside though. It's definitely showing on the outside. So this could be getting a home. If you already have a home, this could just be you redecorating your home, or you're looking at expanding, or how you have expanded in some sense. You said no recognition. Okay, youngest aunt. It possibly very well could be. I'm not sure if it's the youngest aunt, but this is someone where you just found yourself like, if that's who you have found yourself in this energy where you just kind of letting them have it, like you're not going to keep going back and forth with this person. That's what it feels like. You're like, you know what? I'd rather just this isn't going to go anywhere. Like you don't like me, I don't like you. I get it. There's nothing more we need to, just keep going, keep it pushing kind of vibes. Like you have that energy with this young aunt, and that would be her. But yeah, it's like, okay, let's just, like, you're at a family gathering, or you're at a gathering of some sort, and you're just like, okay, even though we both know, 'cause the Six of Swords came out kind of like that, even though we both know that we don't really like each other, we still have to be around each other kind of vibes. But yeah, definitely, I see where you're not feeling that in your current energy, but what's coming in with you is just like Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, Four of Wands. It's almost like you're finding that within yourself, what you at least feel as if currently you've been lacking, like you're gonna see it. Um, like how fortunate you are, and something of that nature. And I don't know, but it's pointing to like your home life though, stability within your home life. Okay. Alrighty, Leo Queen. If you're here, I can do your reading. Alrighty. Let me see. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. Um, Thank you also, Fairy Goddess. Thank you for the support. Um, alright, Leo Queen. Let's see. Your journal. 8 of Wands flipped over if you're wondering. What is this for Leo Queen? Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this definitely feels like it's something that's being thought of. Wow. 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands in the near future, Judgment. Alright, let's see. Looking at the long-term future here, giving something another chance or not, like, not really sure because it could be a rather toxic connection that in some way may feel as if you need to disconnect from. What is this for the... Oh, yeah. The King of Cups is clarifying the Devil. There could be a strong attraction there or connection. But this person comes off like he could be either blocked off emotionally, let me see, or just, yeah. So he's holding, I don't want to say this again, but like he's literally holding his cards close to his chest. He doesn't reveal too much, he doesn't say too much, but he definitely isn't really letting this go either, which could be a bit like he could be difficult to deal with in a sense. Hmm. Because of that, it's like, okay, maybe you want him to express more. He doesn't say as much as he could say or should say, like in the right times. What is the Three of Coins? Judgment. Yeah, there's definitely a judgment call in the situation in terms of like how to move forward. There's like an action that either you could be desiring to happen or it's just, let me see. I'm not so much getting a mutual desire, but let me see. What's the Nine of Wands? Aw, Five of Cups. Definitely looks like, let me see if this is you or them. Someone desires to have a new beginning. Ten of Swords. Ace of Wands reversed. Wow, but someone could be rather manipulative. The Magician with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Hmm. And how they move. That's what the judgment calls on. Someone's actions, like how they're moving, how they are going about a situation, how they may show up in a situation. Um, so you could have faced like a lot of disappointments, and it could be because of the disappointments, because the fact that it's like you're waiting on that happily ever after, that you're willing to kind of, okay, if you're willing to make a change, if you're willing to kind of do X, Y, and Z, then we can move past this because it's like, okay, we've been through so much. It's like that kind of vibe. We've been through so much. At least we could be happy. At least now we could figure things out. It's like that energy coming through. So what are you gonna do? Kind of vibes, or what are you gonna do? Kind of vibes, and he's not really saying much, but he hasn't let go of this either. Um, this connection either, even though he's not talking. Five of Cups, yeah. Now the Five of Cups is here twice. He may have his regrets, like he doesn't feel too hot about it. Like he's not feeling his best about this. He could feel rather bad and feel convicted in some sense. That's a lot. He needs to work on communication. Maybe he told this person he needs to work on how he communicates, or he needs to work on how he like expresses himself or something like that. Um, let's see. Okay. Three of Wands with this person. Yeah, you want action from this person. You want movement. This is the Queen of Wands with Judgment, Three of Wands, and perhaps you could want to take action towards this person. In some sense, especially if it's like regarding the future, like if it, like you're willing to do what it takes. It feels as if, and giving this another chance because, like I was getting earlier, it's those vibes of you want to see the Ten of Cups, and underlying this energy is the Ten of Cups. But I'm going by the Ten of Cups on top of the deck. Like you want to see the situation through with this person. And yeah, it's like you're in a way waiting on him to make a decision or do something. Especially like work on his, like how he expresses himself emotionally. What is this mean again? Wow, Ten of Pentacles. Definitely a lot better than that Ten of Cups right there. I don't know if you already share a family with this person, but it definitely feels as if you're willing to give something another go if someone kind of changes the way they could their tactics, like how they go about things, how they process their emotions, express their emotions, um, something of that nature. Because it feels like you're both feet are in if they kind of follow these guidelines. That's kind of the vibe that's coming through. And maybe he's like kind of stubborn and stuck in his ways. Kind of feels like that too with like the devil five of cups, like in this look on his face. And you're like kind of calling him out, like, dude, these are negative energy that you have, you know? Like you need to do something about that. Now, I'm not getting from this spread what is he's gonna do, but I will show you that on top of the deck here is a Ten of Cups, Six of Cups, and on top of this one is a Ten of Swords. So, um, yeah, I'm not sure. This is, it's a general, but underneath the deck, it feels like, okay, and then right here with the Ace of Swords underneath this, you may come to some sense of like clarity about the situation. You do reconnect with them. So you perhaps gain that clarity, but it may be after a period of overthinking and kind of stressing and worrying. What if he doesn't do that? What because he's not talking? So after that bypasses that whole energy, then I do see there being some form of a breakthrough, and perhaps he comes around for this Ten of Cups energy to be on top of the deck with the Six of Cups. Because in some sense, he does feel bad. That's why I was touching on that Five of Cups, in terms of how he has been going about the situation. He feels convicted in a sense, like, okay, judged. Like, he's like, okay, yeah, Leo Queen has a point there. Maybe I could work on how I go about X, Y, and Z kind of vibes. Okay, no problem, Leo Queen. Thank you. Yeah, I see he's meditating on that. It's actually good. Yeah. Not my favorite, but not the worst I've had either. Hmm. All right, fairy goddess, if you're here, I can do yours, and then bake, and then healing hearts. Hey, Shalandra. Alrighty. We're gonna use this kind of like fairy looking deck. I didn't do this on purpose, but I just felt gravitated towards it. And since everything's fairy goddess and all of these depictions, like this is actually a perfect one on the first one. It's like a fairy. Alrighty. As I split the deck and devil's there. Okay, let's see. So the energy around you and Nani when you talk. Okay. Okay. Okay, it just feels like there's uncertainty in terms of the future here. Yeah, Three of Swords, Nine of Cups. So we have the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Kind of came out like this. Three of Wands, like that. That's what I was saying. There's a bit of uncertainty in terms of the future. It feels that I don't know if this is like due to a masculine or another energy. Okay, yeah, I don't know if it's due to a masculine or another energy though. Let me see. Why there's like uncertainty in terms of the past or the future? No, I said past. So it could be a masculine from the past. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Why is the Knight of Cups to right? Energy of Woman, Goddess. Oh, that's weird. Page of Wands kind of came out in reverse. Why is Page of Wands with Nine of Cups? Oh, okay. Especially like if there's been a period of no talking, just thinking. You could have been contemplating this for some time, like not sure what you're going to say or how you should say something. It's kind of showing up here. What is the Queen of Cups? Four Swords. Interesting. Are you like 100% convinced that you want to talk to her or you're going to talk to her? Or are you just thinking about it? Because I'm getting a lot surrounding the thoughts. Like, Like, okay, I'm just considering things. I'm just considering it, nothing definite. And it feels like it's related to uncertainty when it comes to the future. What is the Three of Wands? Or long term? What is the Three of Wands? What's the complication? Energy. Level 5 of Swords. Hmm. Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands. Okay. Why is it kind of heavy to speak? Something feels a bit like heavy. Something in terms of like desires here. Let me see. Okay, so you've been talking. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, see. All right, so you are thinking about it. I see. Oh, you are. Let me see. I believe it was. I want to say not Barnes and Nobles, but Books a Million. Yeah, I want to say it was Books a Million. Um, I've had this for a little while, but definitely, yeah. Sweet Foragers. Yeah, kind of pause it, but yeah, got it from books. That's where I like to get them, from bookstores. But okay. So I know you said your ex reached out. He's not so much coming in. Only thing that's coming out, we have the Knight of Cups here with the Six of Swords. The Page of Wands kind of came out like that. Our thoughts towards, okay, let's communicate. Not really taking action on it. Like, okay, how are we gonna move past something? This Queen of Cups is here. This is what I want to clarify because of how she came out. The Six of Cups is highlighting something again from the past. Unless you've known this person from like childhood, but the Five of Cups is right here. It's like understanding how someone feels emotionally. Now, I know you said he just reached out. Maybe that could be touching on this, but I'm looking at the energy around your conversation with her. Are you going to be mentioning that? Are you going to mention it to her and then you don't want to like concern her with the future in terms of a future? You want her doubting? Oh yeah, the Hierophant just flew out in the reverse. Her doubting perhaps commitment. Wow. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles on top of the deck. Queen of Cups again. Like you expressing something, you don't want her to feel like any kind of way about it emotionally. Like, oh, don't take this to the heart, type of thing. Okay, I see. That makes sense for sure. Yeah. Especially if you mentioned it to her, that seems like perhaps why the Page of Wands kind of came out in the reverse. Maybe it's like you don't really want to talk about it, but she kind of wants a little more context because it may make her feel a little bit uncertain in regards to like the future. And this is like a heavy thing. This is the Ten of Wands with the Eight of Wands. So maybe perhaps you're like, you don't want to have the conversation. Like one person may not feel like they want to have the conversation, but another feels like, yeah, we should talk about this, because I'm now thinking about what about our future? What about so on and so forth? Because this Three of Wands is pregnant. So there is a form of expectancy for this to grow into something, and not stay where it's at. So, however, I'm not sure who's kind of, and you're right about the overthinking because underlying this is the Ten of Swords. with the swords cards. I'm kind of looking at six of swords, four of swords. So definitely a lot of contemplating. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying too much communication, but this could be the nature of like the energy, because that's why I was perhaps highlighting a past individual. Nature of energy could be one person, like I mentioned, I don't really want to talk about this, and the other person like, yeah, this would make sense. We should talk about this. Why the future is of concern. Um, hmm, as well too, because of what kind of was being highlighted. But yeah, she could be just really overthinking it. Oh, really nice. Yeah. So she definitely is looking at that like, what about our future? Because of perhaps him reaching out yesterday. Okay, I see. Most definitely. So you don't really want to talk about that. Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. And she may pick that up, but at the same time, it could be bringing into question like if there's anything she should be concerned with. Yes, Bake, you are. Yes, you are. Great timing. Oh, nice. No, you didn't. I feel like she's more so questioning the future because if you opened up to her and you made it seem like you're literally over this guy, which I can imagine he feels from that just brief description like he could have been rather draining and toxic. So it doesn't feel like she just wants to make sure her door is completely closed. And that's kind of like the vibes. Like, I don't want this to affect our future together and make me question or bring doubts into the equation, because I don't know how fresh that connection is, but it was like it didn't come out. It didn't come out. It was just that could be perhaps like an elephant in the conversation. It was like, okay, we're going to talk more about this, because especially if that was the previous conversation, like if you guys like your most recent conversation was in regards to him reaching out, that could be why that's being highlighted now. There could be lingering thoughts still if there wasn't clarity. Like if she didn't, if you did make it abundantly clear, like this guy is a drain to me and not someone I'm interested in trying again with, you know kind of gave those vibes. Alrighty, Bake, let me see. I'm gonna catch up on your comments though for you guys. I'm gonna do this for Bake here. This is the Queen of Cups. I'm thinking, didn't the Queen of Cups come out before Knight of Swords, Page of Wands to symbolize your energy? I feel like it came out in the same position, but from a different deck. It's like Keeper of Vessels is the Queen of Cups here. Let's see. But Hermit, Eight of Cups. Okay, definitely see where you're withdrawing, going within. And it's like almost feels like soul searching. It's like finding your passion, finding what literally sets you on fire, or reconnecting to a passion. It's like you feel like something could have been missing. Like, I gotta find what's missing. Like, you may know what this already is. It feels like it could be like reconnecting to a passion. But or finding, I don't know, just however that goes, bake, but something along those lines. What is this with the hermit? Oh, Ten of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Okay, interesting, because it kind of came out like this. This definitely feels like it could be related to a connection. So, let's say you started a family with someone, but you felt like you lost yourself in the process of starting this family. And now you're like, okay, well, I haven't been the same since all having all the kids. Like, it's giving those vibes now. May not be exactly the situation, but it's giving that kind of energy. Like, since you have been investing in something or pouring into something, you could have, in some sense, been neglecting yourself. And you're practicing, it's like you're practicing how to go about that now. Like, okay, how do I now give more to myself? How do I now? But this feels like it's coming a bit heavy. Like it's a bit stressful, or let me see, just heavy emotionally. What is this? It's like you're looking for your heart's desire. Like, what do you truly desire? The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you want to let go of this heavy weight. Feels like it could be on your heart. Especially if you adopted like a fear kind of complex where you're like, well, um, especially if this requires for you to be alone and you're used to having others around, that could be like the fear where you're like, I'm having to kind of rely more on myself now than what I'm used to, or navigate the situation alone, when you could perhaps be used to having help. What is this Eight of Cups here? Where is it? Oh wow, yeah, like a separation. Five of Pentacles on top of the deck. Oh, okay. So your twin flame is miss. You think we miss each other? Um, Perhaps from this, generally speaking. Let me see, because you said, what was it? You walk away from bad habits. Okay, that's what that feels like here. What is the Three of Swords with the Eight of Cups for like? What is this? Oh yeah, this is definitely like separating. This is like being alone, like going alone. But there's like a heartbreak here. In this depiction of a heartbreak, there's two individuals. So perhaps you could take that as if it's your twin flame. But definitely it's touching on having to go alone and process something emotionally, whereas before maybe the support system looked differently than it does now. But I see you definitely doing the soul searching, and money's looking well as just how you feel about yourself. Gonna get better. Whatever this is that feels like it's heavy on your heart currently. With this Ten of Wands and I say that heavy on your heart because of the Ten of Wands, with the Queen of Cups. This is a heart to depict the Queen of Cups. So something's definitely like heavy there. Now, but it definitely feels like you are processing that alone with the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles here. hmm Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I see what you mean. Yeah, because I mean, in this energy, that's what I said. If you were touching on it being that connection, perhaps because, with those two reflecting one another, that's like a mutual heartbreak. That's a three of swords. So, you know, yeah. And perhaps you both are in that process together. Alrighty. Um, hey, Jocelyn. Let's see. So healing cards, if you're here, I could do your reading. And Jocelyn, if you're here, I could do yours if healing hearts isn't here. Oh, I see. I'm reading your comments of Fairy Goddess, your last conversation with her. Oh, I see. Hmm. Wow. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're not in that connection anymore, that's for sure. Oh, I see. I was just looking at the. Oh, okay. All right, I caught up. Mhm. There's a lot. Well, other than that, I see the conversation going well. So just maybe some reassurance would be great for her, just so she doesn't kind of like psych herself out. It's kind of reassuring her there's nothing to worry about in terms of the connection. Be helpful. Um, Alrighty, healing cards. So Jocelyn, I could do your reading. Um, if not, I'm gonna. Well, actually, while I wait, I'm gonna do my spreads for a pick a card. It's going to be, what are they saying about you slash this connection? Or I'm just not sure if I want to do what are they saying about you or what are they saying about you. Maybe like slash this connection. I could do that. I don't know. I may change my mind. But something along those lines. All right, let's. Okay, this would be a pick a card on what are they saying about you slash this connection. Group A, Group B, and Group C. Okay, so Group A, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. You can like see it here. And what are they saying about you slash this connection? I'm going to clarify it with some tiny tarot and the tea bag. Let's see, it feels as if there's like two different energies here. Eight of Pentacles definitely could be highlighting what you're doing for work, especially if you're like working online. It could be discussing with others how you could work online, and this actually gives like what's it called, Etsy. So like you could have an Etsy shop, and they're talking about your Etsy shop. Wow, Ten of Pentacles here, definitely saying you're, you know, you're getting to the bag. You're definitely working on something that looks rather prosperous, and you're like passionate about it. You could literally be creating something, and they're talking about that. Whatever this is that you're like creating, it feels like it could be jewelry, art, something of that nature. You could have like a spiritual shop. I'm looking at these candles and like in the background, or you could do something with beauty, like in the beauty industry too. Maybe you do hair. I don't know, but it feels like also like you're selling something on Etsy. So maybe you have more than one side hustle. That's what they're talking about. This is kind of just like Seven of Wands and Two of Wands. Okay, so they're talking about how you set rather strong boundaries with them. Like definitely made a point to protect your peace. This could be touching on the kind of connection that you have with this individual. So you have the Two of Wands here with the King of Wands. In some way, they're discussing how they would like to partner with you. They would like to see you. They like to travel towards you. But you could have kind of said, I'm focusing on what I need to focus on, and, minding the business that pays you. You could have put just great emphasis on the fact that your career, like you're literally career focused at this time, or passionate about building something that could be long lasting too. And in some sense, he took that as you being okay with him being at a distance and kind of setting these lines. And he's like talking about this. He's like, I would like to partner up with Group A, but she'd rather me just sit here and watch kind of vibes. He's discussing. And I don't know if you like sell crystals. It's giving like crystal vibes too. Like you definitely, if you're on this group, you have some type of side hustle that they're talking about. Let's see what the storytelling guys, what this person could be saying or about you or this connection. Okay, the sun coming out. Mm. They definitely feel like you don't see them as much, or you're not really interested in seeing them as much. Like they no longer, like they're talking about like how they no longer maybe brighten up your day. They feel like they're almost like a burden to you, even though they really want to come closer to you. Like, okay, I feel like I'm almost like doing too much with group A. Like, you think I should just let her have her space? Like, she's making it quite clear. And it could be just not so much what you're saying, but what you're doing and what they see you prioritizing, which looks like it's your space and your career. But yeah, so with this crown here, they definitely are pointing out how it feels as if you're just highlighting how you value yourself. Like you're up to the most like importance. It's almost like they're saying like they want more of your attention, but they don't know if it's asking too much, or am I doing too much? I want to kind of partner with her, but she's saying, okay, it's cool. Because it definitely feels like this is a feminine energy and masculine energy. Like she's cool with me staying over here. Am I asking for too much? That's like what they're almost like asking whoever this person is, like when they discuss you, they're saying like, they're getting advice as well too. They're like, so what do you think? Do you think, I'm in over my head here? Like, because I want to feel more valued, just as you're valuing whatever this is that you're building over here. It's like this person feels like I want to be of importance too. Like, am I wrong for feeling like that? So that's just kind of like the gist of the discussions with this person, group A, like what they're saying around you. Definitely just feels like they really want to partner up with you and they want to collaborate on whatever this is that you're creating. But they're saying like you're creating space as well as building on something, like you're practicing a skill of some sort, or literally, um, if you have a side hustle, and they're looking at how that's flourishing, and you're kind of keeping your space with this person. And I'm like, okay, well, am I asking for too much, like to want more of her time and attention? Should I be like, that's kind of like his vibe, like how can he insert himself into the situation with you? And it feels as if it could be him looking at like traveling as well, like doing whatever it may take to get a little closer to you too, is what he's saying as well too. Especially if distance is a factor. It's like, okay, I wish I could, I'll make the drive. I'll get the flight if I have to. It's like what he's discussing with others. But yeah, nothing, nothing, nothing too negative there. Let me see. Let's just start. Alrighty, group B. The moon and the Four of Pentacles. What are they saying about you or this connection? Definitely that you are reserved at this time, holding back. They're talking about how you're like a mystery to them. Like, okay, group B is a mystery here. So I'm gonna pull some like tiny tarot in the tea bag to clarify this. But definitely they're talking about how you're holding back. And it's interesting. You could have felt drawn to more than one group, but they definitely are talking about how you could have moved a city over. In some way, there's like a space here, and they don't know as much as they knew before about you. Like, I'm looking at this compass in the back and how she's so far from this like city in the background. But they're definitely highlighting like they don't feel like they know you as much as they knew you before, and you could have kind of created that space too. Queen of Pentacles here. Nice. Queen of Pentacles. Definitely they're discussing your stability, like how you created a life for yourself. This could have been something you were talking about, like you had already, like you had always dreamt of. You could have discussed that with this person, and now they're like kind of talking. They're like kind of talking to someone else about that. It's like, yeah, she used to tell me that she couldn't wait to go to New York for ballet class and or whatever ballet school, and now she's doing it, something like that. Like, and she's really successful now. She owns her own studio, and she's created this whole life for herself, and she left the city, she left the town. Like, you guys could be from the same town, whoever this is talking. So we're talking about your successes here, like what you're doing now and how they don't know like that much about you anymore. Too. Yeah, okay, Page of Wands. Hmm. Let's see. Ten of Swords. Okay. Oh my goodness, groupie. Okay, I see why they're saying they don't know much about you. They may not get much conversation out of you at all. You could leave this person on red. They definitely talk about um wow, like they try to communicate with you, and it's like I don't know if you're leaving them on red or they're just like sitting in your inbox, but it kind of feels like whoever this person is talking about you, they are talking about how you're leaving them sitting in your inbox, and they're talking about what you're doing. This feels like a past energy, what you're doing now, and how you guys don't talk as much as you used to talk, and how I feel like they don't even really know you. But like I was getting, it does feel like they're from at least the same town as you are, and they're looking at things that you now possess. So if you're posting something or they're looking at your possessions, they kind of see what you have established for yourself. That's definitely what they're talking about, like what you have acquired, what you've gained, material matters. But they're also just pointing to the fact that in these conversations, how talking to you just doesn't really get them anywhere. Yeah, the Six of Wands is kind of in the reverse. Hope you guys can see this, groupie, but this is tiny too. Okay, but the Six of Wands is like in the reverse, how I saw it. So they definitely are talking about how they don't get attention from you. It's like you definitely. And okay, and I'm also getting a situation where people will go out into the desert sometime for these like musical retreats or something, and they're spiritual for them. They'll just get away from the town, get away from the world. They feel like you kind of went on this spiritual retreat for yourself. Like you stepped out on the usual and you created something for yourself, and they're discussing that, but it literally feels like you don't pay them any mind anymore. It's like, well, now that groupie is, they made it, I guess, they're out there in New York. But yeah, we're from Nebraska. Like, we don't, our people don't really go out and do much. Like, I don't know, she looks great, but she doesn't really make time to talk to me anymore. And it feels like she leaves me on red, and that's kind of what they're discussing. Like, but she looks like she's doing great. Kind of vibes. But whoever's talking about you, it just doesn't feel like you talk to this person much. And they're kind of just going with it. Like, well, Yeah. This group B is doing what they set out to do, like what they always talked about, kind of vibes. Oh, I just realized I didn't use the dice. Okay, so I didn't use the dice. I'm gonna have to timestamp. Okay, so we're gonna do some storytelling dice. It just was pretty straightforward. It feels as if whoever was discussing you, but let's see what they're talking about with the storytelling dice. What are they saying about you or this connection? Because it definitely feels like this is someone that it feels platonic, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. If you were kind of just, fit the shoe as it applies. Oh yeah, okay. So what they're saying about you, group B, definitely this is like the spiraling guy for me. So in their thoughts, they're kind of like circling. They spend a lot of time actually thinking about you, whoever this person is talking. Whoever this person is talking about you and what they're saying, they could literally be telling this person that like I think about group B all the time, and it kind of just sends them spiraling with the 10 of swords showing up in the previous read with the 9 of swords like in the reverse. They definitely are highlighting the fact that they don't get much communication out of you, like it's like, and they'll come to you, it feels as if with so much enthusiasm, like, oh, I hope you're doing great. It's nice to see you're doing, what you always said that you were going to do. And then crickets. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They get crickets on your end. But yeah. So this backpack, or you're just, if you are communicating with this person, then they're saying, which I doesn't feel like they're getting much from you, but let's say you do say something in response to them saying, oh yeah, you're doing great, however, thanks, thanks. And then and like, okay, um I don't know, it just gives those vibes with the communication. They're talking about that. They're like, well, and whoever this individual is does have to be masculine, but they are kind of, that's like stuck on their mind. Like it stays on their mind for a while too. Like after they try to reach out and there's that encounter and then they're met with not much of anything, it like they think about that quite a lot. So this backpack here, um back, like, okay, so with the whole idea of you separating from this town that you two could have been from, with this backpack, it kind of goes hand in hand with that. So they're definitely, whoever they speak with, it could be whenever they mention you though, they talk about how you left, how you transitioned, literally moved from a town. Could be like you moved, like you left, you pack their bags and get where I'm going. But they definitely mention that when they discuss you. Alrighty. Okay, so group C, we have the 6 of Swords, the King of Wands, The Six of Cups reverse. Okay. We're going to clarify with some tiny tarot in the tea bag. What is this that this person is saying about group C, or this connection? Knight of Swords. Okay. This is King of Wands. Queen of Cups. Oh, I was already getting that. Okay, but wow. It's giving those vibes you don't know what you got until it's gone. For sure. Why the Six of Cups in reverse? What are they saying about Oopsie? Oh, wow. Okay. Strength card. Wow. Definitely how this situation could have been like a power struggle. Definitely touching on that. This person could have been not so nice when they were dealing with you. They could be pointing that out. When they communicate with others about you and this connection. What is this here? Oopsie. What are they saying? Okay, mapping something out. Okay. A cactus. Okay. 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 I see. Interesting. They're saying that they want to change things with you. But they're definitely talking about how they were not so nice. Okay, I mentioned that earlier. But he's going from, this is definitely a masculine talking about you. For sure masculine. For sure masculine here. Discussing how he's not over this connection. He could have made you feel like you were beneath him. He's talking about that. Like he had to fit you in his schedule, Group C. I'm not laughing, but I feel like I'm instigating. I was instigating a little bit. But yeah, he felt like he had to put you on the schedule. Like you were part of his roster or something, Group C. He's talking about that. He's talking about that's how he treated you. You know, things have been rather dry lately. Things haven't been quite the same. He's discussing that. Like, you know, since, because it definitely feels like you disconnected from this person. He really feels like I don't want to say he feels like he did you in, but he definitely took advantage of your vulnerability. That's what he's discussing. Like, he definitely took advantage of your vulnerability. Yeah. Wow. So now he wants to manifest this change. He wants to put on his bootstraps and take charge of the situation. That's what he's saying. I want to take action now on Group C. And with this helmet, that's like, I'm going to go to war behind Group C. Not after you treated them like that. I'm just like, come on. But I guess it's him redeeming himself, Knight of Swords. He's like, no, I'm changed man now. You know, we can move past this conflict. We can figure things out. See, it's like Mappier. And you see how this person's like, this King of Wands, like, let's map it out. Let's figure it out. I got a plan. I know what we could do now. I know what we could do now. I know. And that's kind of like what he's saying to this person. I know, you know, she's probably not going to feel too good about this. She's not, you know, but I'm aware because he's acknowledging the fact that, you know, he wasn't the most pleasant person to deal with. And this could be if he has like a child. He comes off very uh, like tough love on his children even. It's like that kind of domineering, that kind of like energy. Like he believes in like tough love, and sometimes it's not going to always feel fuzzy and dandy. And that's perhaps why he was not so nice. I don't know if that contributed to why he wasn't so nice. Maybe his childhood. But anyway, in terms of what he was saying, what he's, you know, talking about in terms of you and this connection, is how he really wants to redeem himself. Definitely wants to redeem himself. Although he's saying this is going to be a challenge, he definitely is well aware this is going to be a challenge because, in some sense, it's like, what are you doing over here? Let me see what you're doing, Group C. Because I see where you and the Queen of Cups, like, it's, I don't know. What did he do to you, Group C? Let's see. What you doing? What is he saying? What are you doing? Get a little more clarity with these tiny T. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I pull out the tower with the 5 of Wands. Did you guys just get into it? Is this what he's discussing? It's kind of like right after a separation. You know how you could have gotten a bad argument? Maybe it's a bad argument that led to like some words said, and you went away crying, and you're like, yeah, I did make her feel like she was just someone else on my agenda, kind of thing. He's highlighting how there's a conflict between you guys, and definitely the role that he played in it is what he's emphasizing, because he's also saying like you're a sweetheart, like it wasn't even really you, like you were vulnerable, like he took advantage of your vulnerability, like oopsie, poor hot tea in his eyes. When he does come back and take this action, I'm just kidding, please don't, but it's just that's what this person's discussing. But you know what, I feel like it's great that he's acknowledging the role he played. He really does, magician, emperor, want to take the appropriate steps. But I'm just feeling what he's discussing, and it's rather like he just did way too much. He did quite a lot, and he is definitely talking about it because it feels like you two are in this dry spell where there's no communication, and it could be like, I don't know. This could be rather fresh, but he's like, okay, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna change. We could change directions. We could figure things out. I'm thinking about talking to Group C about this, and I feel like we can move past this. I'm willing to fight for this for real. I'm not trying to really let Group C go like that. I am. I do value her, but he didn't go about things the right way. So I do see where he wants to kind of change directions, but keep your eye on this person. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. His energy towards the end is not really suggesting, he's not saying anything necessarily bad. But it's like, wow, because he wasn't too friendly. That's what I'll say. This dude was like unnecessarily not nice. Like, he just was not nice, man. And yeah, I'm sorry, Group C, that happened to you. You experienced that with this person, but he definitely is acknowledging his role in the situation and the role you played, and he's definitely painting you as a saint. Like, she really didn't do anything. Like, that's me. That's on me. But I feel like there is growth there because the Emperor's there clarifying with the Magician. So there's like there's some maturing there and him taking at least responsibility. I just hope he's not repeating those actions. That's what I was saying. Keep an eye on this person. But yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what they're saying. Definitely feels like a masculine Group C. Hey, Marie. Hey, Justine. Okay, you can, your reading's actually next. Yeah. It was Healing Hearts and it was you, actually. And then, Marie, I could do yours after Justine. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, so Justine, let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Ooh. Three of Pentacles, Sun, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. Ooh. I don't want to say you have a stalker, but you have somebody that definitely likes to keep an eye on you. You could already know this though, that someone likes to keep an eye on you. Let's see, what is this Magician? Wow, the devil's down here twice. He's a devil in check. What is this blockage? Oh, okay. This feels like it's in relation to an individual. Like, it's like feeling like someone was being manipulative about wanting to be alone, or the real reason why they're guarded, the real reason why they're kind of being standoffish. Like, it's like someone, I'm not sure if this is your energy, like, this person's not being honest, perhaps because that's why you're the Queen of Swords, about wanting to be alone, or why they're being standoffish. What is this mean? Or even the fact that they are, like, you could feel like that's a front, basically. Like, no, death card on the devil. That's great to see. Definitely a change of that negative toxic energy is here. I feel like this person's going to expose the fact that they're in fact infatuated with you, like, they, especially with watching you, like looking at you, interested in studying you. And you could already have said this, which is why it could be pointing to this like hermit devil energy, the stagnation, like feeling like, okay, the blockage is being alone. Like someone saying, it feels like there's an energy like, yeah, I'd rather be alone. Or is that you? Nine of Wands is here. I definitely see where there's like a connection being highlighted that could feel like both individuals are guarded. But one person is saying I don't know, are y'all both doing this? Like, I'm okay being alone. Like, I'm okay being alone. And it's like a manipulative tactic. Like, oh, you want to be alone? Yeah, I'm okay too. I want to be alone. Yeah, I'm fine. I want to be alone. I want to be alone. But it's like, you don't really, you're just saying this. Like, I'll go this alone. Like, that's fine. You really want another chance. You really want to, yeah, for things to be different. Like, no, you don't really want to be alone kind of vibes. And you both could be aware of this. Like, you both could be observing this kind of behavior in the other. Yeah. What is this on Page of Swords? Oh, Knight of Wands. Okay, I see there being movement after the blockage. Sun card. Justice. Yeah, there's definitely going to be movement after this blockage. And it's going to feel rather justified. Like, this was supposed to happen. And I don't know, there's like a person antsy in the energy. coming off a bit younger too, or just impressionable. Just rather like he follows your lead. Like this is someone who kind of like feels like they follow your lead. Yeah, like definitely. There's definitely someone who feels like they follow your lead. Like whatever you say kind of goes kind of vibe is what's coming in here. But this Justice Nine of Wands, like Nine of Wands. Interesting. But this is someone who already kind of watches you. Maybe that's what it was saying with the. It kind of goes hand in hand when I was mentioning like watching you, whatever you say goes, like kind of following suit. So if you say like I'd rather be alone or whatever, this person could just be saying that because that's what you're saying. If you say the sky is blue or the sky is purple, this person's gonna be like, yeah, you're right, the sky's purple. I see what you're talking about. And you're like, okay. It's that kind of vibe. But the toxicity, the part of it being like toxic, that's coming to an end. So it feels as if that's gonna kind of be highlighted in the next encounter that this person has been kind of following your lead in a sense. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't blame you. Y- For sure. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, it definitely feels like you could have already experienced that kind of a like you at least would know. This person kind of watches you to see how you react or how you go about things before they kind of move in a sense. They definitely like observe you. Yeah, it feels like you know it too. Like they observe you or watch you somehow. I didn't get a feminine or masculine energy, so I think it's interesting that you asked that because I didn't get a feminine or masculine energy. Yeah, you only came out the Queen of Swords. I put the cards back in this deck, but yeah, you came out the Queen of Swords, but there was no like masculine. It was just a kind of like the Devil energy, Death card. I don't really remember the others, but yeah, that makes sense. Romantic interest. It didn't feel too romantic, but at the same time, it does feel like it's a connection that that I'm malfunctioning. Sorry. Okay, so I'm AI, but that has faced difficulties. There's been blockages already, especially in terms of like the communication. But yeah, toxic. It's whatever it's like a toxic energy, or it's been like ongoing for some time, I would say. But yeah, because I just say that with this clock, just so you know, there's a clock in the back, and there's like two people observing one another. So this clock is like infinite. If we look at clocks, we think of clocks like it just keeps going. So it's just that energy where this has been ongoing. I'm picking up, but not so much getting a masculine or feminine energy from it, or even like a relationship. Pointing to like a romantic relationship that is. Oh, someone's ex watching you. Hmm. Okay, no problem, Justine. Thank you. Marie, I can do your reading now. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, Marie. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Why the Lemongrass with the full card? So you have the Eight of Wands, Magician, Queen of Wands with the Six of Wands paired together. Okay. It feels like it's been an uphill battle. Definitely like finally coming out on top. This could be getting a promotion. This change is like, let me see. This is in the past energy. What is this Eight of Wands for now? Yeah, that's how uphill battle is getting. Five of Wands. I say that because the underlining energy was already the Five of Wands, but now it's here. That's the change. Chariot, moving past conflict. Nice. Hmm. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. With the magician. Hmm. This it could be like strategizing because the magician was already kind of coming out a bit, you know. But the Seven of Swords is here. Hmm. I want to see if this is you or another energy. What is that? Okay, now we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. What is this Seven of Swords with the magician coming out? I'm trying to see if you're doing the manipulating or is someone else doing someone else doing the manipulating. It's like trying to make something go your way. This is a Six of Pentacles. Looking at how something can go your way. I mean, you do really great with that. Like whatever this is. Like looking at how you're going to spin a situation to go your way or to go in your favor somehow. Um Nice, especially if it has to do with a connection or a person. What is this? Queen of Wands with the Six of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Like you're making wise decisions. Wow, Two of Cups. Especially if it's in terms of like a connection. However you're like investing or choosing to give in a connection, it's definitely getting you recognition. Um, from this. If this is an individual, then this individual where I can feel like there are plenty of challenges here. Um, hmm. What is that? There could have been some grudges being held or like the way you could have been going about a situation could have been based from that foundation, like from those grudges, from feeling kind of a little feeling some type of way about something. So you could have been, I wouldn't say, what's the word? I kind of basically described it earlier, how you just quite crafty, um, in how you moved. And you're moving, I mean, however you were investing, it's definitely getting you seen. Yeah, quite like it's like maybe in like cheeky, like kind of cheeky energy. Okay, so you're investing more into yourself and you stop dealing with a person. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense with this. However you went about it. It feels as if it's within reason, within good reason with this like five of wands being here. Maybe it was rather unhealthy and maybe you're just avoiding conflict. That could be what that seven of swords is indicating, but you're doing it in a way in which it's like you may know deep down inside the results that you're going to get from doing this are going to be in your favor. And if you don't, yeah, it definitely will be whatever this is that you're kind of like manifesting. Um, it could be the results that you're kind of looking for in this situation that was causing conflict. And that's why the Six of Wands is here, right next to your energy. So yeah, and also, I don't know. So it's like if you're trying to fight for a cause in that connection, that could be why this Two of Cups is on top of the deck too. Maybe this person kind of like sees the light of their ways or the situation, however. Oh, okay, so you do want to reconcile. Okay, yeah, that looks highly favorable. Especially if that's what you're desiring, you're gonna get the recognition that you deserve in the situation. Yeah, with the Six of Wands. You like the attention that you want. Okay, healing cards. Definitely. Because I only have like one timestamp to do. And yeah, I think I'm literally at the end now, actually. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so I was just catching up. Yeah, so let me see here. Because I already did Justine Marie. Okay, if you had a question, like a general or however, you can. And I'm going to do this timestamp read, healing card to Kim. Because I literally, you came in the perfect timing. I finished the list. So, yeah, I finished the list. I did pick a card. I'm going to have post it after the live. So, just let me know. I'm going to do this for, let me see. AM Gemini. Okay. And also, let me do the timestamp. Oh, I don't know if you heard me earlier too, healing cards. I was asking how long have you had your hair like that? When you mentioned that she just did her hair like yours, I was curious. Like, have you worn that style for a little while, or did you just get it and it happened to be the same? You know, hers happened to be the same. I was trying to see how that unfolded, but all right, let me see. Okay, so and Gemini. It's the world that flipped over. So, oh, okay. Definitely feels like figuring out how to move past blockages. You're gonna face a lot of delays, especially if you've been desiring to travel. That's coming through. Mm, oh, okay. Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups. Hmm. What's the Five of Swords? Oh, wait. Sorry about that. This. Alright, where is this Knight of Wands written? Okay. Oh, okay. This definitely feels like it's related to like a connection. And if it's not a connection, it could be like a building of some sort. Maybe you just left a job that you weren't really ready to leave. So, put two and two together. I'm not laughing, but you could have just left a job that you weren't ready to leave. Like it already probably wasn't paying that much, but it got you by. And maybe you're just let go, or there's a different blockage presenting itself. It just feels as if um it's like you're putting in that. It's like you're putting your foot forward, like one foot forward, like you're actually doing the work. Basically, you're trying, but the payoff is either delayed or non-existent. Like you find yourself like waiting, like okay, in this waiting period, like okay, when is this gonna happen? Kind of vibes. What is this for? Like, and this is like going with that whole scenario. If it is something like you're let go of a job, then if you're looking for another opportunity, and it's just a delay with that, and so definitely feels like with this full card energy, there's gonna be a removal of those blockages. Let's see, let's see here. Um, definitely looks really rather peaceful actually. Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is what's like coming in. So this change that feels like, okay, when is it going to happen? And this is the Eight of Wands. So after this, I see it happening like rather soon. But it's met with like this Five of Swords. What is this Five of Swords here for Asian? Hmm. What's this Seven of Wands? Ooh. It's definitely like not seeing eye to eye with someone who's coming out here about this decision or how you're going about this decision, like how you found a way of moving past the blockages. For some reason, it's like it presents some form of like a conflict. This is the Five of Swords with the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords. with the Two of Wands. And it's like you're not going to see eye to eye, or someone's not going to see eye to eye with this. So let's say if this is related to like a connection, an individual that you could have been living with, and you're saying I'm going to move out, or you're saying I don't want this anymore, things haven't been going anywhere for a while, and I just feel like it's time for me to kind of separate. I feel pretty good about it, I want to move X, Y, and Z, and this person's not really agreeing. They're causing conflict with how you're going about freeing yourself from the situation or moving past the blockages, because of course that would require a disconnect. That's the kind of like energy that's coming in. So with this Knight of Swords on top of the deck, I do see where there's going to be like swift change. Now, with this Eight of Cups here, and I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles, so this is like related to that whole career scenario I was getting earlier. Definitely there's going to be swift change coming in, and this is going to be something that you feel like you just connected to within your heart. Definitely you feel like you connected to within your heart, in spite of how it may have made someone else feel or how it will make someone else feel. Kind of like they have to decide to either accept how you're going about this, or oh wow, this is the Eight of Pentacles again. Yeah, so accept, especially if there's like travel involved, if you have to go somewhere for work, or I don't know, it's almost like, yeah, you just have to accept the way I'm going about things, because however it is bringing you peace. um for sure. Like, and it's kind of like you leave it up to them to decide, like either you can accept this or you don't have to really accept it. But this is the only way I see successfully being able to move forward, and you feel rather good about it because it's something that you kind of followed your heart and you connected to by faith, and by like feeling like, okay, what brings you closer to your highest self? Like, what brings you closer to the Most High? Like, kind of being considerate of all those things. And what do you feel like you will accept? What does it feel like you will accept? Like, setting boundaries in terms of how you're going to achieve something. Because I do see where there's like a bit of difficulties getting something off the ground or seeing growth. And that definitely changes. But kind of, I see where also, even with you finding that liberation, like I mentioned, it could come with someone not really agreeing with it. Like, okay, we can agree to disagree kind of vibes, they're gonna say, or go about it at least. Mm. Hey Annika, I'm doing pretty good, how are you? I'm curious what you have to tell me, Healing Hearts. I'm curious what happened. Okay, awesome. I'm glad that you're doing great. It was pretty good. Definitely feels like it went by really fast, but it was good overall. How about yours? I got to do some repotting. I was really excited about that. I needed to repot a few plants, but yeah, how about yours? Of everything, that was like the highlight. I guess repotting my plant. Everything else is mundane. I realized, like working in the medical, like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, the week was great. I'll rant for a good 30 minutes talking about it. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I feel you. Definitely. With studies and work. Yes. You know, it's interesting you say like studies because I was talking about with the rain noises. I feel like it'll go great with like studying sometimes just to listen to the rain noises. And some people don't mind listening to like readings, so it's particularly for individuals who don't like, mind. And yeah, like they really it suited. It was each other, like the rain noises and like studying and but yeah, I was wondering, do you find that it's a distraction, or you probably don't study with any background noise? I don't know. Guess how it just depends, really. Okay, curious. Um, yeah, I feel you. Definitely. Finances, that's it's a tricky field, Gotta stay on your toes, most certainly. But rather exciting, especially if it's a passion of yours. But yeah, hectic weeks are a thing, that's for sure. Okay, wonderful. Okay, nice. Most definitely. We're setting for that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a energy checkup on your girlfriend. And we'll pull some tiny tarot in the tea bag as well too. Um so we have some tiny tarot here, and I'm going to pull them from the tea bag. We'll just kind of disperse all of here. And you're gonna use that to clarify what's going on in your girlfriend's energy. So let's see, Annika, what's going on in Annika's girlfriend's energy towards Okay, Ace of Swords. Okay, nice. Page of Wands. She's thinking of some form of communication that was had. I saw this like Page of Wands. And you see like their hands on their cheek, kind of like thinking. So she's thinking of a conversation you two had, or something that you could have said to her in particular. Two of Swords. High Priestess. Three of Wands. Six of Cups. Oh, she's waiting to like reunite with you. Six of Cups. It's like she's watching the clock. This person has like a little pocket watch. So she could literally be like, I don't want to say she's literally watching the clock, but in some sense she is. Like she's anticipating. Like seeing her connecting with you. Yeah, yes, thank you. Oh no. And it's okay. Okay, you're having a break for 2 weeks. Oh, with the what was it? You had a reading that I did a timestamp for. The second one, because it's kind of like touching on that. When you said you had a break, it kind of reminded me of that reading. Do you remember that reading? Did that resonate? The Two of Swords, with when I say you're kind of like worried about what, I don't remember. I can't even. It has something to do with the break though happening. But anyway, let's see. Since I'm busy with studies and my work, so I told her let's have a break for a while, like not break up. Okay. Yeah, that's what it felt like in that one reading. I'm almost sure that was the time checker. But okay, let's see. What's going on in your girlfriend's energy towards you at this time? Mrs. Swords. Definitely thinking of something that you said. Okay, so we have now the double energy with Three of Wands again. So Three of Wands is appearing now twice. So there is like a weight. It does feel like there's also distance here. Or she's just feeling distant. Wow, from you. The Tower was like hiding behind the Knight of Swords. Okay, I didn't even feel that. Whoa. Let me see. What's going on? What's going on? Because at some point I just get really curious. At some point it's just me being highly curious. What's going on in Annika's girlfriend? Because their energy towards yeah, good shuffle there. Oh, wow. Look at that. After all of that, okay? All of that I just did. Rather extra. Look what comes out. This is the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Wow. She's definitely staying on business behind you, okay, sir? Like, she feels like you're not going to let her go that easily. She won't allow it. She's going to stick beside you. That's what is in her energy. Like, I'm here for Anakin, the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm going to stick beside him. Like, that's her, that's her energy. And she could have had this kind of like revelation. She could have told you this too. Like, she could be thinking of a conversation you two had. It's like in her energy. But this distance, I want to see what's going on with this distance, because distance is playing a factor in some sense. Let me see. What is the Six of Cups? What is the Six of Cups and Maybe Twins? Okay, Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands. Yes, that sick beside him energy, like the Nine of Wands. She's contemplating this. She's definitely thinking of you and waiting for you. Definitely waiting for you, being patient. Okay, let me see what is this level energy with the Three of Wands, Ace of Wands. Who is this one? It's opens. Oh, she misses you. The Five of Cups with the Seven of Wands, but she feels like you're kind of creating this space between you two. Yes. And she could feel like that she like misses you, or let me see. This is like the Four of Cups. Is that the Four of Cups? Yeah. Yeah, she may feel like that she like knows. Yeah, she misses you. And there's like a disconnect. Like she feels you almost like keeping her at a distance or okay with the distance. She could have expressed to you how she didn't want this, but she was just like, okay, I'll, you know, I'll wait for you and I'll just kind of go along with it, really. Hmm. Yeah, so that is like the Four of Cups. In some sense, she could have felt like she may, I don't know if she currently feels this way or she's getting out of the energy, but this is kind of showing up in the past. She could have felt a bit rejected by this, but then it's like she gets this reassurance, like, you know what? I don't know. She's willing to go through the changes with this tower energy with you, like this. Yeah, she's definitely willing to. It's like a test, go through this test, like this storm almost. Kind of like there's a saying, but I can't think of right now. The test of time, perhaps, even, which is why this like pocket watch is here. Like she feels like it's worth it. I guess if this is like what you want to do or how you want to go about it, this is kind of like showing up her energy towards you now. It's like there's an acceptance with it because even if this is kind of creates arguments or conflict of some sort, like she'd rather be with you than without you. Kind of vibe. So as long as I'm going with it for you, as long as I'm going with it, um, yeah, for the sake of the connection, like, this is cute. This is this is cute. Wow. Interesting. How is she feeling in the distance? Yeah, I think I touched on it. Yeah, because I'm not sure. It does feel like you two are like far apart. Or maybe it's just like you've been spending time apart, but she's highlighting that the distance and how she like misses you. But she feels like you knew you're gonna create that kind of energy in a sense. She could have literally said that. She's thinking back on the previous conversation or the conversation about this. She's thinking about it. Kind of like on her mind. And I was seeing this like Two of Swords on top of this deck. Hmm. It feels like she like agreed, and she just agreed to keep the peace. Like she agreed just to keep the peace, and as long as that meant that you two are going to be together, be back together, that's all that mattered to her. That's like what she's kind of like how she feels energetically about it. As long as you're keeping your end of the bargain, kind of vibes. But when she says she's going to stick beside you, she's not going anywhere. She doesn't see herself going anywhere, like literally. In terms of whatever you guys may go through, this changes. Like she's saying she's gonna endure for sure. Okay, so don't think you're getting rid of her easily. That's all I'll say. Okay, don't think you're getting rid of her easily. Which, of course, I don't feel like you are trying to, but just note that. Alrighty, Healing Hearts. He told me he likes crazy egg. Yeah, we could do Dylan's energy towards you. Okay, and he said he likes crazy. Wow. Thank you, Aniket. No problem. God bless you too. With abundance as well. I appreciate you. Yeah, she didn't say anything. Okay. Yeah, she agreed. Yeah, definitely. She's just looking at how she, yeah, wanted to keep the peace. As long as it meant keeping you, it feels, or keeping this connection rather intact. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do the let's I'm gonna do Dylan's energy towards you whenever you're ready, Healing Hearts. Oh, okay, you're back. Okay, nice. What kind are you drinking? I haven't had a nice glass in a while. The last wine I had was during the holidays, and it was like malted wine or mulled wines, like that you warm up. And it was like my first time having it. It's so good. But yeah, it's been a little minute. XXL. Oh wow. Okay, I've seen that before, but I didn't get to try it. Isn't that like? Is it 12%? I don't know. I look at the percentages. I remember buying the percentages. I'm like, okay, so was this the 11%? Because I'm just kidding. But no, definitely it was like a high percentage or something like 20. I don't know. But yeah, that's like awful. But yeah, I really drink. Okay. Drink the tea. Let's see what's going on in Dylan's energy. It's you. It's sweet. Okay, like a sweet. Mm, like a good. Is it like a I don't know, I didn't get to try it, like a Stella Rosa? What's this going on in Dylan's energy chart? Okay, quite a lot. Hmm. Two of Cups on top of the deck, King of Wands. Devil energy. Okay. Highlighting the fact that he's rather attracted to you. Looking at the death card with the Two of Cups. Because I know you mentioned that there was another energy there. He's looking at something changing on the back end in this energy. Let's see. This is Queen of Cups. Okay, and also, and I was looking at this King of Swords because it's mirroring this Queen of Swords energy, which the King and Queen of Swords could sometimes be like an ex, indicate like an ex couple. But what is this Ace of Wands here with the Queen of Cups? Ace of Pentacles wants to come out. What is this endurance energy? Titanium heart. This Queen of Cups isn't it? Emperor, Ten of Wands. Hmm. Do you work with him? I can't remember. This is the Eight of Pentacles. And then the Emperor with the Ten of Wands. Something about what he's doing is here in his energy, like when he sees you. Like he may have a lot of responsibilities, but he may get excited. And I think you did mention something about how he lights up when he sees you. There's a sense of like excitement, like a boost of energy when you come around. I don't know, is this job demanding? It feels like it could be, yeah. What is this Nine of Swords with the Queen of Swords? Seven of Swords. What is this? Two of Cups. Okay. This is another person coming out. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, for sure. There's two energies. So this is your energy here, which makes sense because you just say you're Cancer and it's like a Queen of Cups, but you know, I don't always go by signs, but that kind of, I was already picking up that that's was your energy. And there's something falling apart. So the Two of Cups is like in the reverse. And that makes sense because I was already looking at this Two of Cups with the death energy and this King of Swords. So he's thinking about, and look at the Seven of Swords is here. And now in this deck, this is the Seven of Swords here. What he's not being honest about, or it's like, is he being dishonest with this person in terms of you? Like this person could have asked him about you, especially if, I don't know, do you work with him or see him at work? I can't remember. But let me see. Let me look. Let me see. Let me see. Because he's not being completely straightforward with this like Queen of Swords that could have asked him about you. Or he could be feeding this Queen of Swords like hope. I'm getting that like on the back end. Like feeding them hope, like, no, there's something for you to worry about. It's okay. Knowing good well he lying. No, he lying. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a Seven of Swords energy. Like he's not being honest. And she could know that too. Like, no, don't really quite trust what you're saying. It's kind of coming out. Let me see. Four of Swords. What is that? Two of Pentacles. He's okay, so he's meditating on how he's like juggling something. Like how he's gonna have to decide what he's gonna do. It's kind of like, okay, what am I gonna do here about this situation? What is this? Because he has someone asking him questions that he's not being so honest about, or he's being evasive. It's like, and it's something that he could be connected to emotionally. With this two of cups in the reverse, someone that he's already kind of looking at putting things to rest with. With this is like the energy of someone in a coffin. Like, so he's like sitting in a coffin, like he already knows. With this death card being near the King of Swords, with this like Queen of Swords, like he's kind of checked out of this Two of Cups situation, which would explain why it's in the reverse here. But maybe it's a matter of this person kind of like this Queen of Swords. I don't know. Instead of trying to catch him up in a lie that she knows he's telling, moving on. Maybe that's kind of what he's hoping will happen. Not sure, but that's coming out his energy towards you. How he's having to, yeah, hold back. How he's having to hold back. Okay, he definitely looks forward to like seeing you. That's in his energy towards you. Like he looks forward to seeing you. Like you're this spark for him, Queen of Cups. And even how you may come off, like you may come off like enthusiastic, or it could be your face. Like he may really like your face. Like I know it sounds like weird, but like the Queen of Cups, like she's already rather like a beautiful, like she's, a beautiful queen, like notably just has softer features. And he could be rather like attracted to your face. It's kind of like coming out as energy, like he can't wait to see your face, or he looks forward to seeing your face, like something like that. Especially if he's in a kind of environment that's very tasking, or just it could be this energy, like she could be a little draining, or if not, maybe both. There could be contributing factors, especially if you work around this person, or this person sees you at work. um King of Pentacles, yeah. Hmm. He's looking at something in terms of like investing. That could be what he's trying to figure out with this, yeah, Two of Pentacles here and the Two of Cups. Like how he's going to manage something. Wow, the Two of Pentacles on top of this deck too. I noticed that at first. Okay. But yeah, how he's going to manage something. Five of Swords underneath the deck. He wants to make sure he kind of comes out on top though. He wants to make sure things are in his favor, I'll say, and balanced on both ends. Justice with the Ten of Cups here. He's looking at what's the right thing to do. Why the Ten of Cups though? Let me see. In this situation. Four of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. All right, so what's the nature of the connection here? Because if she's asking, this is what it's kind of giving right now. If she's asking, which it does feel like she's asking him questions that she's aware that he's not being honest about, or how he could be avoiding the question, like, just avoiding, however, the question. And it definitely is in terms to how he's viewing you, because he's looking right over at this Queen of Cups, like how he's viewing you. And this could be, if you two all work together. So for that example, she could observe him looking at you when you're not looking at him. And so she could ask, like, oh, what are you doing looking at Healing Hearts? Like, what are you doing, even though their connection, because this is definitely another feminine here, even though it's like good and well, they kind of both know this is like hanging on by a thread here. Two of Cups in the reverse, like, we're just living, like, if they're living together, like, we're just living together. You don't even like me. We don't even sleep in the same bed. Like, come on now, why are you asking why I'm looking at this person? It's kind of those vibes now. Just an example, but it's like the energy is not really there, and she knows this, like, so it's like kind of like a matter of making peace and moving on instead of like holding on. But he's touching on why he's holding back, and he's just observing, because he is keeping his distance. It looks like even though he looks forward to seeing you, it's kind of like it's like excitement for him, like a new win. Like, okay, I look forward to getting out and going to work, and at least I know I'm going to see and work with this Eight of Pentacles. At least I know I'm going to see healing hearts kind of vibes. Okay. And then he's like looking in terms of like investing, and then when he thinks of that, it's like he's holding back, almost like out of fear. And like what I was touching on, this is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, whereas it's like here in the Four of Pentacles upright. So if he does let go of this person completely, like he's in this hermit, how to balance things out, how to make things fair for both parties, because he's definitely looking at two energies here, how to make things fair for both parties. Because if she's asking about you, and he's sitting there, he's lying, he's like, no, I'm not looking at her, no, I'm not interested in her, so on and so forth. Because he could consider himself like a stand-up guy. The King of Pentacles is here. Like, he could consider himself like, I don't really want to step out, I don't really want to be messy, like Desmond's guy. Like, I told my wife that I wasn't interested in, or like he's like, I told her I wasn't interested, before I'm gonna go ahead and make a move on healing hearts, like that kind of vibes. But before he does this, he's almost looking at, now if she already was asking, then it's gonna come to the point where, if especially if you all work together, if he starts dating you or starts really talking to you, then it validates what she was already saying. Like, it's like, okay, so you lied when you said you weren't looking at her, so you were lying, like I said. And it just kind of brings back those emotions, and then this person's not really out of the picture at that point anymore. um it's like kind of gonna, and this Eight of Cups has their hand on their face, similarly to like that energy earlier. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was this one. But where she's gonna be like, okay, so even though we're emotionally disconnected, I have some questions now. It's like she's gonna, like, he may anticipate that, like, okay, she's gonna have some questions. Like, okay, so what about when you said that you weren't looking at her? Like, what? How did this come about? Like, I don't know. I'm just using that as an example, but that's kind of come out in his energy towards you at this time. Um, Really, it's like this is like someone who looks at the conclusion of a story, but he may feel like, I don't know. That's why I said I don't know how long you've been, how long this energy has been going on between you and Dylan, but he's definitely looking at, in terms of like, if you were to make an action, the outcome of that action and so forth, like take an action towards you and try to make something out of the situation rather than just kind of looking at one another, those kind of vibes, looking at the outcome of that. Okay, so she's there too. Okay. Because yeah, definitely she sees him looking at you. And she's asked him about it. It feels like she's mentioned something like, so what was that? Or like if he laughs extra hard at your joke, she's like like it was literally not that funny. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like she said something. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of like what he's, like what sends his energy about you. Mm. No, not so much him acting funny. But that Seven of Swords, I guess, could be seen as being like, sneaky or just like avoidant. But it just it gives her reason to squint her eyes. He's giving her reason to squint her eyes, and she's concluding it's what he's looking at. So she in some way she knows he's observing you or has observed you in some way to where, when you have a partner, I don't know how long she's been dealing with this person, but she knows we typically know when our partners are smitten with someone. Like we typically know when they're like you were a little friendly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were a little friendly. Like you smiled extra long at the waitress. Like we typically can pick that up. And she's picked it up. And that Queen of Swords, like her coming out the Queen of Swords, like she picked it up, the Seven of Swords energy. And it's like, but he's also trying to like deflect, like, no, or either deflect in some way, like not trying to talk about her, he's lying. Like, no, you're tripping. Like, no, I'm not. No. Something like that. To where it's like he's thinking, how is that gonna look when it's revealed it was exactly what how she thought it was and what she was thinking the entire time. Because the way that King of Pentacles was looking too, like how he kind of came out a little wobbly, he may like the image of being like a faithful, reliable, dependable partner, even if he feels like he's over this person, because he very well was suggesting that. But in terms of like moving forward, he may look at how that may affect her psyche to feel like, wow, so you were always looking at being with this person and you were dealing with me, like that kind of vibe too, which is kind of, considerate of him. But even if he's like not really paying her mind, he does still care in that sense, at least. um yeah. Okay, sorry. I got up for a minute. Went over there. Okay, so she watches, oh, so she watches you too? Interesting. So it was that situation where you guys all work together? Wow. Are you saying she watches you too? Because that really makes a lot of sense if she's watching you too. It didn't come out in his like energy towards you, but it will make sense why she's watching you is because she's making comments to him like, okay, like because she sees him watching you or paying, abnormal attention to you. But to where, she'll be squinting her eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna log off of here. um, and I will be back later today or tomorrow, wherever you guys are. I don't know if you're still here, Healing Hearts, but I'll talk to you later.